Welcome to Lindsay, Oklahoma, where we are playing the Marietta Indians today for a district matchup. And we're going to bring you game one from Lindsay against the Indians. And we're set to square away right here. And we got Maddie McGowan is going to take the pitcher's mound for us today. We got Lily Dodson catching. Jaden Webb will be playing first. Looks like Braylee Malicote will be over there on second base. Reese Flood will be playing shortstop for us today. Kaylin Taylor is going to be playing third. Chloe Broussard is going to be in center field. Brecken Klein will be in left field. And it looks like Hallie Harris is going to get the start for right field. So, again, if you're just joining, we are fixing to start district play against the Marietta, and Maddie McGowan will deliver the first pitch strike to the Indian batter number 3. She gets her pitch and settles back in right here. It's going to be a foul ball back into the net for strike 2, and Maddie quickly goes up in the count 0-2. On the way for ball 1. Maddie McGowan, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Maddie settles in and gets ready to deliver her next pitch. Going to be a ball on the outside corner to even things up for 2-2 right here to the Marietta batter number 3. Foul ball back into the net. If you're just joining us, we're here in Lindsay, Oklahoma for a Leopardette Indian matchup right here for district play. Maddie McGowan gets her first strikeout of the game right there for out number 1 of the top of the first. And we go to number 2 for the Marietta Indians. I apologize for not having their name. We did not get their lineup. Maddie delivers first pitch strike right here to the Indian batter. Maddie settles in right here. Ball on the outside just misses right there for 1-1 count right here. Ball 2 to the Indian batter from Maddie McGowan right here. She gets her pitch and settles back in and gets ready to deliver. And it's going to be a ball in the inside corner. The count is 3-1 right here to number 2 in the top of the first with 1 out for the Leopardettes. She is going to make that count go full right here with a strike on the outside corner, and it's going to be 3 balls, 2 strikes right here to the number 2 hitter from Marietta. Payoff pitch is a foul ball back into the fence. Maddie gets her pitch and settles back in. And that's going to record her second strikeout of the game for Maddie McGowan as big swing and a miss by the Marietta batter. Going to be 2 down for the Leopardettes in the top of the first inning. And that's going to bring up Marietta batter number 5, and she's going to take a first pitch strike from McGowan. And so far, so good from Maddie right now. She's starting off a really good ball game. It's already got 2 strikeouts. And throw a changeup that just misses on the outside, but even the count 1-1 right here. Foul ball back into the fence. And if you're just joining, It is just me, Tanner Hamilton, on call today while we await for Jake to arrive to the softball game. I think he's hung up at work, but still going to bring you the live coverage right here of Leopardette softball. And it's going to be a foul ball down the first base side. And count goes even right here for 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs in the top of the first. For number 5, Marietta batter, Maddie delivers, and it's going to be a foul ball back into the fence. Maddie delivers. Ball low right there for ball 3. So full count right here, 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs in the top of the first inning for number 5, Marietta batter. Settles in right here and delivers the pitch, and it's going to be another strikeout for Maddie McGowan as she records her 3rd strikeout. She goes 3 up, 3 down right here in the top of the first inning for the Leopardettes, and we're going to see them get their bats rolling, and we will take a Hughes Heat and Air timeout. Welcome back here to Lindsay, Oklahoma, as the Leopardette square away with the Marietta Indians, and Reese Flood is going to lead us off for the bottom of the first, and she's going to take a first pitch ball on the outside corner to start things off in this district matchup for the Leopardettes, and we're going to play a doubleheader today against Marietta. Reese settles in and gets ready for her next pitch, and it's going to be a ball high. 2 balls and no strikes right here for Reese Flood. Reese settles in right here for her 3rd pitch of the at-bat, and it's going to be a high fly ball into mid shallow center field, and that's going to be out number 1 for the Leopardettes, and that's going to bring up number 7, McLean Stinnett. McLean's going to take ball 1 on the outside corner right here. Marietta pitcher number 2 settles in and gets her pitch, and she delivers it for a big swing and a miss by McLean Stinnett for strike number 1 of the at-bat, and it quickly goes 1-1, sorry. McLean settles in right here for her next pitch. It's going to be a hard ground ball, just foul down third base side. McLean quickly goes down, 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the first for the Leopardettes. And we'll take that for a high ball. I apologize for not having the scoreboard up today. It's just a one-man show today, and I will let you know every chance I get about the score. That's going to be a fly ball into left field, and McLean's going to get that dropped, and she is going to be on first base with a stand-up single to lead things off for the Leopardettes. And that's going to bring up number 20, Kaylin Taylor, with one out and a runner on first in the bottom half of the first. And this is about who we want up right here is Kaylin. She's really hot right now. She's got a really big bat. And one swing of the at bat for her will break the game open. It's going to be a foul ball, and Coach Edwards snags that right there. But luckily for us, that is not an out. Kaylin settles in right here. Next pitch to the at bat, and it's going to be a ball in the dirt to even the count up 1-1 right here to Kaylin with one out and a runner on first base. Marietta to settle in right here, get her pitch. It's going to be a foul ball down right or left field side. And Kaylin will get behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's going to be a ball in dirt to even things up 2-2 right here for Kaylin with a runner on first and 1 out. The Marietta pitcher gets her call right here. Settles in and delivers the next pitch of the at bat, and it's going to be a foul ball down a left field fence. But, as I've talked previously, one swing of the bat for Kaylin, and it changes the whole game. And she's on this pitcher right now. It's just a little bit too early and sometimes a little bit too late. I think her next pitch that she's going to be able to time up, it could possibly go over the fence. She's got a lot of power in her bat, just one swing. And even if she doesn't get all the ball, even a half swing or even getting it off the handle, she still can send this ball over and open this game up right here. Pitch delivered. It's going to be a high ball, and that's going to make the count go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes for Kaylin Taylor. And this is going to be the second batter for the Marietta pitcher to go a full count, which is always good for the Leopardettes to be able to see this many pitches in this at-bat. Better chances we have of going further in our lineup. She's already pitched 14 pitches so far, and, that's quite a bit for her first inning and only 1 out. Payoff pitch is a fly ball into the left field, and that's going to get McLean all the way over to third, and Kaylin's going to get a stand-up single to move McLean all the way over to third base, and now the Leopardettes have runners on the corners with 1 out, and we are threatening right here in the bottom of the first with Lily Dodson up to the plate. And this is, from here on out, we have a bunch of power coming up. Lily, one swing in the bat, can do the same thing that Kaylin can do. She will be able to make something happen right here. I think if you're Marietta, you want to pitch to her very carefully, especially with 1 out runners on the corners. Ball delivered is going to be a high ball right there for ball 1. And Kaylin will remain at first base, and I suspect that we're probably going to see Kaylin take off to second here in the next couple of pitches just to try to make something happen. We don't really foresee the Marietta catcher throwing down, but there could always be that possibility. Lily settles in, gets ready for her next pitch, and it's going to be a high ball. She quickly goes up in the count, 2 balls and no strikes with 1 out and runners on the corner here in the bottom of the first. The pitcher gets her call right here, and she settles in. And she is going to give us a strike, but Lily's going to be able to foul that off back behind us to get her first strike at the at-bat. And she knows she just missed that ball right there, so I suspect this next pitch at the at-bat that she gets a hold of, she's going to be able to put something in the gap, hard on the ground, and score McLean right here from first base. It's going to be a ball outside right here to Lily, and it's going to go 3 balls and 1 strike. And like I said, I feel like they've done their homework. They're going to be very, very careful how they pitch to Lily because she could very well put this game 3-0 Leopardettes very quickly with 1 swing in the bat. It's going to be a pitch right down the middle, and Lily's going to be able to foul it off back behind us for a full count. And this is the 3rd full count in a row from the Marietta pitcher. It's already up to 19, 20 pitches. And she just has 1 out right here in the bottom of the first. The Leopardettes are doing a great job of working the at-bat all the way to full. Payoff pitch right here comes for Lily Dotson. It's going to be a ball in the dirt, but that's going to get Kaylin Taylor over to second base, and Lily is going to take first, and that's going to have the bases loading for Jaden Webb with 1 out in the bottom of the first. And like I said previously, there's power all throughout this lineup. So any bat is pretty dangerous right here for the Leopardettes. We're going to have a pinch runner for Lily as she is our catcher today, and that's going to be Barron, it looks like. And if you're just joining us, we're here in Lindsay, Oklahoma for a district matchup game against Marietta Indians, and the Leopardettes are in the bottom of the first with 1 out, and the bases are loaded for Jaden Webb. And this is game 1 of 2 coming from Brock Jackson Field. And I am Tander Hamilton, and I will have your call today. So the at-bat is going to be a big swing and a miss by Jaden Webb for strike 1. Like I said previously, there was 3 at-bats in a row that this Marietta pitcher went full count. So I suspect that we're probably going to see that a lot right now. Jaden's going to get that ball, high fly ball, into foul territory, and it's going to go over the visitor side dugout. And Jaden quickly goes down 0-2 in this count. So now the Marietta pitcher can kind of breathe just a little bit and be able to throw something off speed. Try to make Jaden chase and see if she can get her right here. But I suspect Jaden's going to shorten up, and she's going to see the ball really well. Next pitch is going to be a high ball. And she's trying to throw something high just right there to make Jaden chase, and Jaden sees that out of her hand. So I got 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out in the bottom of the first, and bases loading for Jaden. Jaden steps back in right here. Shows bunt, but she's quickly going to pull back and shorten up, and she's going to take that for ball 2 on the outside corner. So now Jaden has even the count up 2-2. Marietta pitcher gets her pitch, settles in and delivers it, and it's going to be a high fly ball in foul territory, and the third baseman was not able to get to that ball. And Jaden Webb does stay alive in this at-bat. Payoff pitch right there, and Jaden's going to get a high fly ball down the right field side, and that's going to go out of play and hit the concession stand. And Jaden Webb is doing a very good job of fighting off these pitches that she doesn't like, making sure she gets the pitch that she does want, being able to square up and just drive that ball somewhere in the gap, somewhere in the outfield. Even a high fly ball to the outfield will score a run for the Leopardettes. Payoff pitch is going to be a high fly ball to center field. And that is going to be dropped by the center fielder. And we're going to have 1-run score. And we are going to hold. Nope, Kalen Taylor is going to be able to come home on a wild throw from the center fielder. The pitcher was not able to gather that throw. So we are quickly 2-0 right. 2-0 against the Marietta Indians with 1 out in the bottom of the first with runners on first and second. And that's going to bring up our senior, Chloe Broussard, to the plate. And she's been fighting an ankle injury the past couple of games, and she's trying to get that healed. I know she's still sore. She's still hurting, but she's trying to fight through it because this is her senior year and she doesn't want to play. And she's going to bunt that ball right back to the pitcher. We're going to get runners over at first and second. Chloe's going to be able to advance the runners. Unfortunately, she will get out at first with 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Maddie McGowan for the Leopardettes. So the Leopardettes are up 2-0 against the Marietta Indians with Maddie McGowan up to bat with runners at second and third. And ball in the dirt past the catcher, and that's going to bring in Barron for our 3rd run of the game for the Leopardettes, and that's going to move Jaden Webb over there. So now that kind of gives Maddie a little breathing room. She's going to be able just to hit the ball, put something in play, make them make a play, and there's never any telling what could happen. They could bobble it. They could have a bad throw, and Jaden still scores. Maddie settles in right here. It's going to be a ground ball straight up the middle, and that's going to score Jaden Webb from third, and Maddie McGowan gets a single from a ball straight up the middle, and that's going to bring up Brecken Klein to bat for the Leopardettes with 2 outs in the bottom of the first, and the Leopardettes are leading 4-0 right here. Brecken takes strike 1 of the at-bat. Brecken settles in right here. First, second pitch of the at-bat, and it's going to be a ground ball in the gap between second and first, and that's going to get Maddie McGowan all the way over to third base. Ball comes into the pitcher's mound. She was able to stop this one, but nonetheless, we got runners on the corner with 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Hallie Harris to the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the first, and Brecken just places that ball beautifully in the gap between first and second base, and there was nothing they could really do. They couldn't dive after it. Just beautiful placement. And I kind of suspect right here we might see Brecken still, even with 2 outs, just because Brecken is extremely fast. She has a lot of speed on her. Make the catcher make a play. Yep, and there goes Brecken. She's going to jog down to second base and easily takes that. The catcher was not even going to attempt to throw that just in case. So we got runners at second and third right here for Hallie Harris with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. And the Leopardettes are leading 4-0. I was going to swing and a miss right here for Hallie for strike 1 of the at-bat. Hallie settles in right here. She's going to foul that ball back into the net, and she quickly goes down. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Marietta pitcher. Marietta pitcher settles in and delivers the next pitch, and it's going to be a ground ball to shortstop, but not in time to get Hallie with her speed, and we're able to get a run across as all runners will be moving with 2 outs. Brecken will be at first, and Hallie is going to be at first base with 2 outs, and we have turned our lineup over for the first time in the bottom of the first inning, and that's going to bring up our leadoff batter, Reese Flood, with 2 outs with runners on the corner. And this is kind of where you want to be right here. You're 2 outs, runners on the corners, and your leadoff batter is up to bat. And she has been on fire here recently. And she is going to take that ball to center field. And the center fielder is going to be able to make that play, and that is going to end the Leopardettes' threat. But nonetheless, the Leopardettes are leading 5-0 in the top of the second, and we are going to take a timeout from Lindsay, Oklahoma. Welcome back here to Lindsay, Oklahoma, Brock Jackson Field, and that is going to lead things off right here for Marietta with a base hit in the top of the second, and that's going to bring up number 1 for Marietta as Maddie McGowan settles in and gets ready for her next pitch of the at-bat, and it's going to be a strike 1 chasing from the Marietta Indian batter. Maddie settles in right here after getting her pitch. And it's going to be a strike down right down Broadway. Big swing and a miss by the Marietta batter, and Maddie quickly goes up 0-2 in the count with no outs in the top of the second. Barely misses for ball 1. That was just shy of being her 4th strikeout of the game. Excuse me, the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes right here for Maddie. Payoff pitch. And it's going to be a foul ball down the right field side. It's going to hit our hitting facility back here behind us. Maddie settles in right here and gets ready for her pitch, and it's going to be a big swing and a miss by Marietta batter for Maddie McGowan's 4th strikeout of the game for out number 1 for the Leopardettes. That's going to bring up number 6 to the plate for Marietta. Big swing and a miss again for the Marietta Indian batter for strike 1. Just misses outside right here for ball 1. Maddie settles in right here, and it's going to be a strike on the inside corner for Maddie McGowan, and she is quickly approaching her 5th strikeout in just the bottom of the top of the second. Big swing and a miss for her 5th strikeout of the game against the Marietta Indians, and we have 2 outs right here in the top of the second with the Leopardettes leading 5-0. I would say right here, Maddie's pretty much on a roll. She has found her strike zone, and she has found her spots quickly here in this game, and she is fixing to just roll right through as she delivers a first pitch strike. Little outside right there for ball one to even things up for 1-1 right here for Maddie. Maddie settles in right here. It's going to be a ball in the inside corner. It's going to be a ground ball to Braylee Malacote, and she's going to record the third out of the inning right there for the Leopardettes. And we quickly go to the bottom of the second with the Leopardettes leading 5-0. And we are going to take a quick timeout from the Leopardette Sports Network. Welcome back here to Lindsay, Oklahoma, to Brockton Heights Field. And we are going in here to the bottom of the second for the Leopardettes, up 5-0 against the Marietta Indians. And McLean Stinnett will lead things off for us here in the bottom of the second. Marietta pitcher gets her call and delivers the first pitch of the at-bat, and it's going to be a ball high upstairs. Big swing and miss right here by McLean Stinnett to even the count up 1-1. Foul ball right here back behind us. McLean quickly goes down 1-2 in the count. And foul ball right here back behind us to hit the hitting facility. And McLean's doing a good job of shortening it up and just staying alive in this at bat. McLean's going to drive that to left field and get on for the second time today. That's going to be a good piece of hitting right there by McLean Stinnett after going down in the count to get on to lead things off right here for the Leopardettes in the bottom of the second. And that's going to bring up Kaylin Taylor. for the Leopardettes. And Kaylin's going to foul that ball off right here back behind the fence for her first pitch of the at-bat. Kaylin's going to settle right back in for her second pitch of the at-bat right here from the Marietta pitcher. It's going to be a ball in the outside corner. Marietta pitcher gets her call right here and delivers the pitch of the at-bat, and it's going to be a ball in the inside corner for Kaylin as she quickly goes up in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike with no outs and McLean sitting at first base. Ball in the dirt. McLean is going to go to second base, and she is able to slide in safely as McLean will get a stolen base on the day. And Kaylin will go 3-1 in the count right here. In the bottom of the second when the Leopardettes are ahead of the Marietta Indians 5-0. Kaylin settles in right here. Ball in the dirt, and it's going to be ball 4, but McLean sees that ball in the dirt, and she's going to be able to get over to second base. Kaylin rounds first base like she's going to take it, but doesn't quite take off, and that's going to bring up Lily Dotson for the Leopardettes with runners on the corners and no outs. And I suspect that we are going to see Kaylin Taylor take off over to second base and get another runner in scoring position for the Leopardettes. And see what Lily Dotson can do. Her last at-bat didn't go as planned, and I guarantee you she probably didn't like that at-bat, so she is going to make her adjustments right here, and she's going to be able to drop the ball somewhere. Pitch on the way, and it's going to be a high ball. And the Marietta pitcher is quickly coming up on 48 pitches, and we are just in the bottom of the second. And you have to start to wonder when there might be a pitch incoming because that is a lot of pitches. Lily's going to foul that back off into the net for strike 1. Kaylin's going to take off over to second base right here and stands up with no problems as Kaylin's going to get a stolen base on the day as well. So we got runners on second and third base right here for Lily Dotson with 1 ball and 2 strike count with no outs in the bottom of the second. Lily's going to foul that pitch off back behind us. And Lily's doing a great job right here, fouling pitches off that she doesn't like until she finds one that she does like to be able to drive it right here. And she's going to settle in and get ready to get her next pitch. And that's a high fly ball to center field. And the center fielder is able to make that catch. But nonetheless, we have McLean tagging up and sliding into home safely. And Kaylin will stay at second base. And even though Lily Dotson did fly out, she did get an RBI on that as she scored McLean. So the Leopardettes are quickly up 6-0 in the bottom of the second against the Marietta Indians. And that's going to bring up Jaden Webb to the plate. Jane's going to take a high fly ball to left field, and she's going to be able to come in and barely make that grab. She kind of snow cones that ball and bobbles it a little bit, but she's able to hang on for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up our senior Chloe Broussard to the plate right here with 2 outs and a runner on second base. And like I said previously, she's battling an ankle injury, and she's trying to nurse it and get it back to good health for her ankle, and still not wanting to miss out on any games of her senior year. She takes the first pitch of the at-bat. It's going to be a high ball. And as you can see, she has an ankle brace on right now, and she usually doesn't have to wear those, but she did get hurt during the Sterling tournament and set out the rest of the Sterling games and was able to come back today. Takes a low strike, or strike one of the at-bat, and Chloe's 1-1 in the count with 2 outs and runner on second base. You know, as a senior, you never want to miss any games at all, and especially due to injury, you want to be able to be healthy and come back. Ball 2, high upstairs. Chloe settles in right here for her next pitch of the at-bat. It's going to be a ball in the dirt. She quickly goes up 3-1 in the count with two outs and a runner on second base. Chloe's going to draw the walk for the Leopardettes. So we quickly have a runner on first and second with 2 outs. And Maddie McAllen will step up to the plate for the Leopardettes with 2 outs and runner on first and second. She's going to drive that ball to right center field, and the center fielder is able to get under it, and that is going to do it for the Leopardettes. But nonetheless, the Leopardettes get one across, and we are leading 6-0 against the Marietta Indians, and we will take a Lindsay Sports Network timeout. Welcome back to Bronx Jackson Field here in Lindsay, Oklahoma. And the Marietta Indians is going to start off with number 17 at the plate. It's going to be a foul ball down the third base side. Count quickly goes full right here for Maddie McGowan and the number 17 hitter from Marietta. Maddie is going to walk the first batter of the game for her and the first batter of this inning to lead things off for Marietta. And number 21, Marietta Indian will step into the batter's box to face Maddie McGowan. And if you're just joining in, we are here in Lindsay, Oklahoma, where the Leopardettes are taking on the Marietta Indians. Maddie McGowan will deliver another foul ball to the Marietta batter. And the Leopardettes are leading the Marietta Indians 6-0 right here in the top of the third. Maddie delivers her next pitch of the at-bat, and that's going to be a ground ball. Ground ball, fly ball, right up the middle. Shallow infield right there. Braylon Malicote has to make a diving play on it. Nonetheless, good effort. And there is runners on first and second right here, threatening our Leopardettes 6-0 lead, with number 31 stepping in, 3 stepping in. That's going to be a fly ball to center field, and Chloe Broussard is going to be able to catch that ball. And then she's going to be able to throw the runner out that did not tag at first for 2 outs quickly here in the top of the third inning. And what a great play and heads-up play by the Bone Senior out there, Chloe Broussard in center field. She was able to catch that high fly ball. She just came in just a little bit too much, but able to jump and catch that ball and then make a perfect throw over there to Jaden Webb, setting it first to get 2 outs. And Maddie McGowan's going to start this at-bat for number 2 Marietta pitcher with a ball in the outside corner. She's going to be fouled off back here into the net from Maddie McGowan. We got 2 balls and 1 strike, and Maddie's going to call a conference right here with Lily. I think they're trying to discuss pitches, and maybe something is off on their pitch card, or maybe Maddie wants to throw something that's not being called, and she just doesn't want to say it out loud and let everybody know. Maddie settles in right here. It's going to just barely miss the inside corner for 3 balls and 1 strike count right here with 2 outs in the top of the third inning. It'll be ball 4 to the number 2 Marietta hitter. Runners at first and second. Maddie settles in right here. It's going to be a ground ball to Jade Webb, and she's going to be able to snag it and step on first base. And that's going to do it for the top of the third, and the threat of the Marietta Indians has come to an end, and the Leopardettes lead 6-0, and we're going to take a Hughes Heat and Air timeout from the Lindsay Sports Network. Hallie Harris will step in, our number 9 hitter, to lead things off for us right here. And Hallie Harris right here steps in right for her pitch the at-bat. It's going to be a strike, and she's going to pop that up right there to shortstop, and it's going to quickly go 2 outs right here for the Leopardettes, and we will turn our lineup over for the 3rd time today for the Leopardettes, and Reese Flood will step into the batter's box for us. She's going to take ball 1 on the outside corner. Next pitch of the at-bat, it's going to be a strike right down Broadway for 1-1 count to Reese Flood. If you're just joining in right here, we're in Lindsay today against a district matchup opponent, Marietta. And the Leopardettes are leading 6-0. This is game 1 of 2 here in the bottom of the 3rd with 2 outs. It's going to be ball 2 in the dirt. It's going to hit Reese right there for her to take her base with McLean Stennett up to bat. 2 outs and runner on first. McLean settles in right here for a first pitch of the at-bat. It's going to be a ball on the outside. Reese is going to take off and slide safely into second base. And the Leopardettes have a runner in scoring position for McLean Stennett. McLean's going to drive that ball over the fence in left field, but it is going to be foul. And you can see her smiling and laughing right there because she knew that ball was gone, but just a little bit too far left. That's going to be a ball in the dirt, and Reese sees that ball in the dirt, and she's quickly going to scoot on over to third base. And now it kind of gives McLean a little breathing room. She doesn't have to do too much to get Reese into the score or onto the scoreboard right here. So McLean settles in and gets ready for her pitch of the at-bat. It's going to be a high fly ball. It's going to hit the home side dugout, and McLean stays alive in this at-bat with 2 outs and Reese Flood standing on third. McLean takes a pitch of that, and she's going to drive that ball just foul down the third base line. Ball in the dirt, and that's going to get past the catcher, and Reese is able to stand up coming into home, and that is quickly going to put the Leopardettes ahead 7-0 right here in the bottom of the third with 2 outs. McLean's going to pop that ball right up to shortstop, and she's going to be able to get under the ball and make the play. But nonetheless, the Leopardettes lead Marietta Indians 7-0 in the bottom of the third. And we are going to take a quick few. With that, I said that in the house. Over here and put this. And then what about the yeah. Welcome back to Broughton Jackson Field here in Lindsay, Oklahoma. And we are on the top of the fourth, and Leopardettes lead 7-0 against the Marietta Indians. And we are going to bring number 1 up to the plate for the Marietta Indians. And we do quickly have 1 out right here in the top of the fourth. And that's going to be a ball low in the dirt from Maddie McGowan, and that's going to be a 1-1 count. Maddie settles in and gets ready for her next pitch of the bat, and it's going to be a ball in the outside corner for 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out here in the top of the fourth. It's going to be a foul ball from the Marietta batter, and the count quickly is even 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. That's going to be Maddie McGowan's 5th strikeout of the game for the Marietta Indians. And we quickly have 2 outs right here in the top of the fourth with number 22 up for Marietta. And Maddie McGowan has settled in, and she has found her rhythm, and she is at this point ready to get this game over with a 7-0 lead over the Marietta Indians. Maddie delivers first pitch at bat, and it's going to be a ball in the inside corner that just misses the strike zone. Fly ball to center field. It's going to drop just in front of Chloe Broussard, but she is able to get that ball and throw it in to make that play extremely close over at first base. And I thought she had her right there, but the umpire has said otherwise, and that's going to be 2 outs with a runner on first base for the Marietta Indians. That's Maddie McGowan's going to settle in for her first pitch of the at-bat. It's going to be a strike on the inside corner to the number 6 batter, Marietta batter number 6. And that play, in my opinion, was a little bit too close for comfort for Marietta. I think you gotta, no matter where the ball is, you're gonna have to get down the line quicker than that because you never know who on this field has an arm, and that's our center fielder, Chloe Broussard, has an arm, and she's able to throw you out from center field. It's going to be ball 2 for Maddie McGowan. 2 balls and 1 strikes with 2 outs, and a runner on first base for Marietta here in the top of the 4th inning, and the Leopardettes lead 7-0. That's going to foul right back off into the umpire. Lee Dodson calls time just to clarify things right here for Maddie. Try to get this 6th strikeout for her. Number 6 settles in for Marietta to the batter's box with a runner on first base and 2 outs. Maddie kind of signs over there to the dugout what pitch that she is going to throw. And it's going to be a called ball 3, just a little high upstairs, and it's going to be a full count for Maddie McGowan to the number 6 batter for Marietta. Big swing and the miss by number 6, and that's going to be Maddie McGowan's 6th strikeout of the game, and the Leopardettes
Rhonda, we're heading that way. Let me see this. I tell you what I'm in 3:30. That's on my. Yeah, Megan. What? Bro. Oh, it ain't loading. Oh, there it is. They won't load. They load like, oh, they're gone. It looks so late. Have a good time.